The good news is there's hope, and the bad news is there's no ironclad guarantee. I mean, there's nothing you can do that will guarantee that your husband is not going to look at pornography or not going to have an affair. I wish I could make you a promise and say, if you just do this will never happen. I can't say that. But there are definitely some things you can do that can make it less likely that he would look at pornography, less likely that he would gravitate toward having an affair. So we want to know what those things are, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you 10 ways to help prevent your guy from committing adultery or viewing pornography. And I asked my husband what he thought was the biggest thing a woman could do. Like, in all of the ideas, and I told him a bunch of different ideas, and he said, by far, in his opinion, the biggest thing you can do is to continually show him that you value and respect him. Continually show that you value and respect him. Because if you don't show him respect, and if you don't show him that you value him, and if you don't encourage him, he's going to intentionally or unintentionally gravitate to a woman who does. To the coworker that says, wow, I can't believe you did that, that's amazing, or whatever. Or even the woman on the video screen, that he can fantasize that she really likes him. And it might not be an intentional thing that he would gravitate toward this other woman, but he has this deep need to feel important, valued, respected, and if we don't help him with that need, he's gonna gravitate toward a woman who does. He needs to know that he's more important than a clean house, more important than driving the kids to 5 different activities. He needs to know that he is valued. And really, again, this is back to this major command that we hear over and over again, that I tell you over and over again, Ephesians 5:33, the wife must respect her husband. So start thinking of things you can do to affirm him, encourage him, point out anything you see that he's doing right, value him, tell him you appreciate that he mowed the lawn, or he painted the fence, or he went to work today, or whatever it is. Just let him know that you appreciate him. Okay, second thing you can do is intentionally build an active sex life with your man. An active sex life with your man. And get him intoxicated with your love, which is Proverbs 5:18-19. May your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth, a loving doe, a graceful deer. May her breast satisfy you always. May you ever be intoxicated with her love. I'm getting more used to reading that now. First time I read that out loud, I was like, ooh, blushing and everything. But this is what the Bible says. So apparently it is okay for you to intoxicate your husband with your love. And when you think about a guy, your husband, being intoxicated with your love, what does that conjure up in your brain? What does that mean? What does that look like? What?
Overdosing.
Overdosing on your love, okay? Other ideas? What do you think that means?
I don't know, I keep picturing really smelly perfume.
Really smelly perfume. Okay, I don't know.
Good.
That smells good. Okay, that's
good. Almost silly and happy.
Yeah.
He's giddy.
Yeah.
He's just so feeling loved, and all of those things. Apparently we're supposed to do that. If he's reeling with delight because of your love, he's less likely to stray. It's just that simple, right? If he's reeling with and just giddy because you're just all over him or whatever, then he's going to not be as likely to stray. On the other hand, if you're always turning him down sexually, if you're just going through the motions unenthusiastically, counting the ceilings on the wall, the ceilings on the wall, the tiles on the ceiling, how there's sometimes you're just counting that. I say that because there was actually an email question once from a husband who wrote in and said that his wife was counting the ceiling tiles. Well, to see how long it took for this to be over. That is pretty uninspired. So probably don't do that. I don't know why I'm blushing. But anyway, because I just thought of how horrible, how emasculating for this guy that she was counting the ceiling tiles. Are you going to be done yet? 51, 52. This is not what you want to be doing. Kind of try to be a little bit enthusiastic. And I'm not saying that you should be making love to your husband if you are, running a fever and you're sick or you worked, 20 hours a day or something. No, not that. But within reason, trying to build this active sex life with him. Okay, third point, see a counselor if you have problems being a willing sexual partner for your husband. And, they say, the research shows, surveys show that at least a third of all women have been sexually abused at some point in their life. And so that means a third of you, probably more than likely, and I think it might even be higher than that, have been sexually abused or have some kind of sexual trauma in your past, and this makes it hard to be an enthusiastic sexual partner. I mean, that is my story of being sexually abused, and so it's been a tricky thing trying to figure out, okay, how can I, get rid of those memories and not let that creep into the bedroom. And so I saw a counselor off and on for many years, just trying to get healing. So there's no shame in seeing a counselor. It could really help you. Next idea, talk with your husband about setting firm boundaries for both of you. Firm boundaries for both of you about never spending time alone with the opposite sex. And I'm talking 0 tolerance. This means he should not be having lunches with his female colleagues. He should provide no counseling of women in need that just need a man to give them some advice, unless you're present. Okay, number 5, put effort into looking your best for your husband. I know this is kind of a no-brainer, and we talked about this last week, but exercise, lose weight if you need to, wear your hair the way he likes it. Number 6, look happy to see him when he comes home. Look happy to see him when he comes home. This is so easy. It is so easy. And yet, why is this so hard to do? Because we're so busy, or we just forget to even pivot and look at him when he comes home. I mean, I'm always busy. I'm just like that. I'm just that busy person. And so he can just, come in the door after being gone all day or whatever, and I'm just busy, and I might turn around, but I don't even think about smiling or acting happy to see him. It's like, so yeah, what if we were to do that? Because what husband would not feel kind of like, ooh, she is happy to see me, and it's like, now he's thinking like, she values me, she wants me, she loves me, I feel valued by her. And so he's less likely to stray when you treat him like that. And how hard is this? It takes 1 second to go, and well, maybe not that cheesy, a sincere smile, whatever that would go. Okay, number 7 idea, just say no to whining, nagging, and critical talk. Because here's what I know. If you continually point out your husband's flaws, and I know he probably has lots, as do you and I, but if we continually point out his flaws and continually say, kind of voice discouragement about this, disappointment about that, he is going to, again, intentionally or unintentionally gravitate toward a woman who thinks he's better than that, who sees good in him, who encourages him, who says, wow, I can't believe you did that, or, oh, you're so amazing, or, wow. And he's going to gravitate to a woman who is not always critical and always discouraging and always disappointed in him, and right? So, pick your battles. Not everything needs to be voiced. Right? Not everything needs to be voiced. Pick your battles. What if we were to save that word that we need to say to our husband for something really significant, like if he's really out of bounds with sinning against us or something? And what if we were just let some of the smaller stuff just go? That might be a plan. Proverbs 19:13, a quarrelsome wife is like the constant dripping of a leaky roof, right? So let's not be the leaky roof. Okay, number 8 idea. If you suspect your husband is carrying unaddressed and significant emotional pain from his childhood, lovingly encourage him to seek counseling. Because often a man turns to pornography or any other addiction, pornography, alcohol, drugs, gambling, crazy spending of money, whatever the addiction is. Often he turns to that due to deep emotional wounds that he's never dealt with. Just like we do the same thing, we might drink too much alcohol, we might be shopaholics, we might be gamblers, we might be overeaters, whatever it is we use to medicate us because of our emotional pain. Our guys are the same way. Their vices might sometimes look different, or their way of comforting themselves might look different. They might turn to pornography quicker than a woman, but often it's because they are just dealing with anger or deep emotional wounds or stuff they just have never dealt with. So what if you were to lovingly suggest a counselor? And what if you were to even say, let's go together, or whatever it may be, but suggest a counselor? 9th idea, purposely join your husband in some of his hobbies or activities. Join him in some of his hobbies or activities, because men are designed and wired to want your companionship in general. I mean, if you're nice to be around. I mean, if you're the dripping wife, the leaky roof wife, probably not so much. But otherwise, men are wired for our companionship. Remember our Genesis 2:18 foundational verse? God said it's not good for man to be alone. I will create a helper suitable for him. So part of a man's thing is he usually wants companionship. So this is why, even though I hate going to Lowe's and Home Depot, I just dread it. It is not my idea of a fun time. I occasionally go along because I know he just loves me to just go along with him to Lowe's. I don't know why. But I try to occasionally do that because he just likes to be with me. And your guy probably would enjoy you joining him in golf or bowling or tinkering with a car, hand him a screwdriver when he needs it, or whatever it is. Whatever he does, he'd probably like you to watch him do his sport of choice or whatever. It's just, that's how men are wired. So what if you were to do that? He's feeling closer to you now, less likely to stray. 10th idea, learn what his love language is and do it.